Hello, and a very warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. My name's Anutu Bagere, and I'm a bioengineer by training, and it is my pleasure to guide you through an insightful journey about the interplay between diet and skin health, with a special emphasis on the role of proteins. Thank you all for being here. Now, why proteins, one might ask? Everything in your body is run by proteins, whether it is structural, like collagen, or things that create some signals like kinases. All of these are different kinds of proteins. They communicate with each other, they help organs communicate with each other, and they create structure like skin and your hair and nails and so on. So proteins are really the most important thing in our body. So, the general overview today for this session, we will delve into how our dietary choices, especially proteins, impact our skin's health and appearance. And since Thanksgiving is just around the corner, what better time to explore this topic than when our tables are about to be laden with a huge variety of nutritious and protein rich food? What is the connection? When you think about food, you think about diet, you think about your activity levels. You never really think, what is the connection between what I eat and my skin health, right? At least not immediately. There is something to what goes in shows up on your skin, right? Now you might think of when times when you were younger and or much more active when you may have had a few more longer nights than usual. There were more stress in your life, and that dictated the kind of diet you had, and that dictated how your skin health actually resulted from that diet. But in order to really understand this, we have to go back to the basics, right? Let's begin by understanding the basics of your skin. Our skin is the largest organ of our body and is often seen as a mirror to our overall health. A well balanced diet, rich in essential nutrients, play a pivotal role in maintaining not just our bodily health, but also the vitality and youthness in our skin. And this is a very important point to remember because as you age, your body's requirements changes. And so you want to keep track of what your nutrition levels are and how it's showing up on your skin. Now, what is the scientific basis of this, you might ask? Research in dermatology and nutrition science have more often than not, over and over again, emphasized that what we eat directly influences our skin health. There are nutrients you may have heard, like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, minerals like zinc and selenium, and especially proteins that are crucial for skin repair. They keep up your skin to be more elastic and help fight against the damaging effects of UV rays and pollution, and also help keeps harmful bacteria and viruses out. So really your skin is an armor to what you have, and that armor is biological in nature and it gets fed by the nutrition in your meals. Now, let's try to understand what some of these proteins are in skincare and how does that help in your skin health. Now, proteins are composed of amino acids. There are 20 amino acids that make up most of these proteins, right? And these are fundamental to our body's structural integrity, including that of our skin. They're essential for repairing skin damage, producing key structural components like collagen and elastin, and maintaining the firmness and elasticity of our skin. There are different types of dietary proteins, and they have different types of benefits for your skin. When we talk about dietary proteins, we're really looking at a large spectrum. There are animal based proteins, of course, from sources like poultry, fish, and dairy that are rich in these 20 essential amino acids, and they help with collagen production that keep your skin really strong. On the other hand, there are plant based proteins from beans and lentils and nuts. While slightly different in their amino acid profile, they provide other benefits like antioxidants and anti-inflammatory benefits crucial for skin health. So it's really starting, to understand what is the balance between your animal-based proteins that you get and your plant-based proteins. And in some cases, because of our dietary restrictions, sometimes we end up being, eating more vegetarian based proteins than animal based proteins. And that's okay because they all, at the end of the day, help you maintain a good, healthy skin. So let's talk about Thanksgiving, right? What does your Thanksgiving table look like this year? Doesn't matter whether you are vegetarian or vegan or an omnivore. All Thanksgiving tables are protein powerhouses. When we think Thanksgiving, we think a giant piece of turkey or a giant, you know, bag of tofu or a large chunk of paneer. It could be any of these, right? And it's not just about the main course that's the protein, but it is also proteins in terms of all of your side dishes, right? So when we think Thanksgiving, we think, okay, it's time for gratitude and family. And it is. It is a celebration that features dishes that are a treasure trove of proteins. And this makes it an ideal opportunity to nourish our skins from within. Now, when we think about the different aspects of your Thanksgiving table, let's think through a little bit on the nutritional breakdown of the popular Thanksgiving proteins, right? And here I'm talking mostly about omnivores. So on a typical Thanksgiving table, your turkey would take center stage. It's not just a traditional delicacy, but it's a rich source of protein that aids in skin repair and collagen production. There's other dishes too, like ham, and even side dishes like maybe legumes or nuts or tofu or vegetables, and all of them contribute significantly to our protein intake. What are some of these specific proteins, one might ask? And that can range anywhere from one of the more popular amino acids like tryptophan, which is usually tied to sleepiness with your post Thanksgiving meal. It's an amino acid that's found in turkey. It plays a really important role in your skin health, which contributes to elasticity and overall appearance. And not just that, tryptophan is also a precursor to niacin. Now, all of us skincare nerds out there know about niacinamide. Niacinamide is a version that we can apply onto our skin that breaks down into niacin, which is vitamin B3 that plays a significant role in your skin strength and texture. And tryptophan, that is the amino acid in turkey, is a precursor to your body biologically producing this niacin or vitamin B3. And that's why, after your post Thanksgiving glow could be so much more than just a well fed stomach. Now, there are some other important proteins. We should not forget the collagen boosting effects of turkey, right? It's along with other meats, it's rich in amino acids that are, again, precursor to collagen. It's a vital protein, which is a vital protein that keeps your skin firm and youthful. So we're not going to forget plant-based proteins, right? For our vegan and vegetarian friends, dishes with beans and lentils and tofu are not just alternatives, but they're power-packed sources of protein that really support skin health in different ways. So post eating, we have to think a little bit about how these nutrients are getting digested and absorbed. So, how is your body really processing proteins from the food? Once it's ingested, proteins are broken down into amino acids, which are then absorbed and used by the body. This particular process, is crucial for translating the dietary proteins into tangible skin health benefits. For example, your turkey has tryptophan, which is a key amino acid. Now, turkey in itself needs to be broken down into different proteins, those proteins broken down into its basic amino acids, and tryptophan being a major component of this is now ready for your body to be converted to vitamin B3 that is useful for your skin health, amongst other uses. But one of the key important points of this particular protein is in your skin health. Now, are there ways in which you can enhance this protein absorption for skin health? Absolutely, right? To maximize these benefits, you have to combine different protein sources, because for your body, there are different things that get absorbed in better when it is combined with something else. Our foods are very, very complex. When you think about a plant or an animal, you're not just thinking about the singular piece of meat. You're thinking about, what does that meat comprise of? It has proteins, it has multiple types of proteins, it has multiple types of amino acids involved, it has a lot of fats. You're eating it with a fruit or a vegetable or some bread that's bringing in complex carbs. So all of these things really play well together, and this enhances the protein absorption in your body. And your body also requires water to break down these meats and these proteins into its basic amino acids that your body can then reuse to make other components that are needed for your skin to stay healthy. So staying hydrated when you are having a meal, your Thanksgiving meal specifically, is super, super important, as important as maintaining a balanced diet that has different components that can play well together, with all of the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that are in smaller concentrations and not as big as your protein. There are some common myths and facts that we keep hearing about diet and skin. Now, what does that mean? Is it, you may have heard, okay, there is, there's spicy foods, there's sugary foods, or really salty foods, or even fatty foods that can have an impact on your skin or on your body. What is important to remember is that this has to be done in balance and moderations. It's not about avoiding certain types of food. It is okay to have cream and butter in your mashed potatoes, um, as you're balancing it out with some lean protein from your turkey, or maybe even the dark meat, and that's okay, because you're basically combining different nutrients that is good for your body. And you top this off with the fiber that's in your green bean casserole or some sweet potato. So it's important to remember that you have all of these different components in your diet that balance out each other. Of course, eating a big bowl of mashed potatoes with cream and butter may not be is not a good idea for reasons other than um, your skin. But I think it's important to understand where your diet actually is, and how do you keep that balanced. So what does science have to say about your diet and skin connection? Now, there's certainly a lot of effort that's gone into understanding what are some of the conditions that could arise from um, when your nutrition is not balanced. There are studies that have gone into people understanding what is, when you have low processed, when you have food that have been highly processed in foods, in sugars and fats, what could be the result of that. So there's been a lot of research that's gone into understanding the health of your skin with respect to your diet. And the jury keeps coming back with the fact that the more balanced you are, you're not overdoing something, that is, it's that much better for your skin. Now think about your skin cells, right? The skin cells are on the top of your body. They're working as an armor against the world. They need their strength, right? And when you think about how to nourish them, there can be two ways of nourishing. One can be from the inside out. So, based on what we have been talking about so far, whether it is Thanksgiving turkey or something else, or your everyday nutritious meals that you're having, they nourish your skin from the inside. But your skin cells are also hungry on the outside. And for those reasons, you might think about, okay, what is the type of uh, things that I can do to strengthen my skin from the outside. Now there is a chemical side to this, which are things like, what you might be applying every day for your skincare. There are masks that you can apply that last for a much longer time, that deeply nourish your skin. And then there is food for your skin. Several cultures around the world, whether it is India or China or Korea or some of the African countries, or even South America, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of belief that your food that goes into your body can go on top of your body. Your skin cells can be nourished outside in. So me being brown, I'm from India, and there's a lot of DIY masks in India that are purely food based. Turmeric is something that a lot of Indians eat in their food. It's gotten a lot of interest even in the Western community regarding its anti-inflammatory benefits, antibacterial benefits, and it is truly a very miraculous component. But one way it is used in India is by using it in a mask, right? So whether it is mixing it with a little bit of honey and some milk, or just making a paste of it with water, you go either way. It's something that your skin would be extremely thankful for. You would see reduction in blemishes, you would see reduction in your skin discoloration, and so on. So turmeric is just one of those components, right? Now, when you think about Korean skincare, Koreans themselves have a um, component of hangbang, which is very similar to sort of the Indian DIY masks, where they're using ingredients that are commonly found in nature, that work well together, create a mask of some sort, and you apply that to nourish your skin from the outside in. Right? So these are just a couple of different examples, and happy to expand on them if you leave a comment below, and maybe we could do a section on some of these components and how they actually benefit your skin. Food for your skin, right? Or skin foods, literally. So given the DIY masks, they're certainly beneficial, but the amount of time and effort that that is required to create these masks is not easy. And then there is the whole experience of it. It's one thing when in the name of beauty we do a lot of things, in the name of skin health we do a lot of things, but it can start to get overly complicated. And so what has been happening over the past few decades is that skincare has taken a step into looking at botanicals, looking at what do plants have to offer, what do other organisms, whether they're bacteria, or even other animals or dairy products, what do they have to offer that can be used as skin food that can help people strengthen their skin from the outside. And part of that has also been our focus in our company, where we take natural ingredients, we extract the ingredients from these specific plants or bacterial molecules, and we combine them in a way that can be useful to target specific conditions, right? We are mostly interested in our work. We are mostly interested in understanding skin inflammation, which can lead to several conditions. Like it could range anywhere from rosacea to skin sensitivity, and in some cases, also hyperpigmentation. And so it's important for us to understand what this person is going through, what is causing this imbalance in their body that is coming up on their that's showing up on their skin first. That's the most important thing for us. So we run a test, right, to understand what are some of the deficiencies in your body, what are some of the proteins, how are they behaving, how are they acting up, and how are they manifesting on your skin. That's part one of the process. The next part of the process is to really take these proteins and take this report and create a personalized protocol for you, wherein we are now able to understand, by understanding what the root cause might be, we provide a solution that has been worked on over for years using some of the key technologies that have been developed, whether it is using exosomes, whether it is using clean sort of extraction techniques to create a line of products that can really benefit your skin, strengthen it from the outside in, and help create that glow that you may have gotten from eating Thanksgiving turkey, but there's no reason that it cannot sustain for the rest of the year. So those were some of the things that I wanted to cover today. And in conclusion, I would like to say that during this time, it's the holidays, let's be mindful of the nourishment our meals provide, not just for our body, but for our skin as well. Let's remember the key to a healthy skin is a balanced diet that's rich in proteins and other essential nutrients. That's one way to nourish your skin from the inside out. The other way to nourish your skin, in addition to this, is from outside in, at which point you need to start thinking about what is skin food. So, thank you for your attention, and I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.